lineups. And again. Williams dishes to Rubio. He kicks it to Budinger. Passes it to Shved. Budinger with it. 9 points last game. Shved, no good.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Well, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Guys, I caught up with Cool Hands to talk for a moment. There has been some talk of late that there is some friction between he and his teammates over how much he calls for the ball. I asked him about it, and he said if there is any, I hope it can be put to rest at some point. We're all on the same team trying to reach the same goals. We'll see if they can iron out their issues, guys.
It's rare to see a freeze out like this, but if you saw what he's been saying, it isn't too much of a shock.
Not at all. I mean, if you've got something to say about your teammates, it's best to say it in the sanctity of the locker room, not in public.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Minnesota. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And back to Budenholzer, who's with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned from probably the best coach in the NBA during his time in San Antonio.
Budinger, a three-pointer off the mark. After the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
Off the screen. Almost, but it rolls out.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action. You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yep, they were ready to go right from the opening tip.
Barea kicks to Williams. Clock at 6. Shot from the top of the key. Scott pulls it in.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And that one's good. And it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Park. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And Budinger kicks to Williams. Can they get it? And that drops in from beyond the arc. Three-pointer from Budinger. Budinger's got himself on the board with 3 there. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good from Cool Hands.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Here is Barea, averaging 10 points per contest. And here's Shved from the arc. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Here's Cool Hands. 4-point game. Here's the screen. From deep, Williams with the block. But he stays with it. Here's Cool Hands. Outside Carroll. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And that does it for the first quarter. Hawks on top, up 4. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Next to... And the first quarter is in the books. Cool Hands. Williams. He's in at point guard. Jamari Carroll is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Scott, and it's Schroeder in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Barea kicks to Budding. Here's Muhammad. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
The Hawks trail by 6. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, guys, cool hands in the last outing against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He picked up 16 points and also had an incredible amount of assists, really setting his teammates up every minute on the court. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And, you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
In the second quarter, they've had the right approach. Very aggressive, driving, drawing contact, and creating opportunities at the free throw line.
Well, you know, if other things aren't working for you, Steve, getting to the foul line can be a good place to start to turn it around.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Schved's checked in. There's 1:38 left to play here in the second quarter. Ball's knocked loose. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Here's Budinger. Offline with his 3.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chased down that pumpkin off. Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
Schved with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Here's Johnson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
Well, he found the open man on the perimeter and got the ball to him.
Millsap a screen. Here's Cool Hands. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Cool Hands got the game tied up here for the Hawks. Minnesota's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Now here's Schved. He's covered by Schroeder. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You got to keep your head in the game here.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nikola Bekovic is checked in for Johnson. And it's Martin in for J.J. Barea. Millsap a screen. Cool Hands passes to Millsap. No good. Minnesota shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Now here's Schved. Right now averaging 5 points a game. The Timberwolves shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. The free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Here's Cool Hands. Here's Korver for 3 and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first hit.
I'm here with Kevin Love, and great effort.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Glad you're spending the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And Rubio kicks to Schved. Out to the right wing. Budinger dishes to Williams. Baseline J on the way. Here's Love. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Love's got 13 points now in the quarter.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
On the court for Minnesota. Rubio at point alongside Alexi Schved. Williams and Love at the 4 and 5. And it's Budinger in at the 3 spot.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Guys, with the way Kevin Love has added to his game every season, you know, both with his three-point shooting and slimming down to become more mobile, where does he go from here with this game? He's already a very complete player, but knowing him and how he works at it, he'll find something he can improve on.
We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Horford with the screen on Rubio. Stolen by Buddingham. There's the feed to Shved. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Clark, you mentioned how Kevin Love has slimmed down. I agree. He's really transformed his body since he came to the NBA, hasn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he has. He's much leaner now, does yoga and a lot of core strengthening exercises in the offseason. Still a beast on the board. He's got that leverage, that lower body strength in order to be able to root players out on that weak side of the glass.
I don't want to let the monkey, but you do yoga as well, don't you?
I do, and I'm leaner now and stronger than ever.
You've never looked better.
Thanks, Jeff.
You've never looked better.
Appreciate that.
Cool hands, passes to Millsap. Here's Horford. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, I don't get caught up in whether Horford is a power forward or center. All I know is he can ball, and his skill set allows him to be productive and consistent.
Jared Cunningham, he's checked in for Schroeder. And Horford, a great combination of skill, Steve, and toughness.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players in the league. Just such a high skill level, but tough. He rebounds, he defends well. He can guard either the power forward or center position. And a winner. Remember, he won 2 NCAA championships at Florida.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Horford with the screen on Rubio. Cool hands, passes to Horford. That's good. Horford's got 10.
Tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. So for the Hawks, Brand comes in for Al Horford. And Martin subbed in for John Jenkins. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against Memphis.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
The putback and the dunk by Love. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
You got to love his positioning. As the shot went up, he anticipated that play.
Taken away by Williams. Shved. Oh, he put it down! And as we end Sunday. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the
serious creativity? All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Hawks. Cool hands. He's in at the point. Elton Brand is out there with Paul Millsap. And there's Teague, and it's Cunningham in at the 3 spot. Brand, a screen on Rubio. Cool hands, passes to Brand. Dishes it to Millsap. Cunningham gets the bucket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Rubio with it. Now guarded by cool hands. And Rubio kicks to Williams. Back to Rubio. Shot clock at 6. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
This seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Millsap a screen. Down low. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Millsap, a great signing with the Hawks. 2-year deal, $19 million. You like the skill level, a guy who battles inside. And even when he's at a size disadvantage, he still seems to really prosper.
Martin against T. Martin gets a screen from Pekovic. Here's Brewer. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Oh, the way they're converting on seemingly every shot, I wouldn't be surprised to see their field goal percentage just keep going up.
And that one's good. Millsap. And you look at the development for Paul Millsap. He's steadily improved as a passer, as a shooter. At the line, his overall game is upward.
He's even starting to shoot more threes these days.
Right.
Kevin. Yeah, he's undersized, but just knows how to use the rim to protect his finish. I think what I like best about him is just his constant energy.
Millsap a screen on Rubio. Here's Cool Hands, and he banks in the layup.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta, and Cunningham with the slam.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly, no defense for that.
And there's the foul. It goes on Cool Hands. That'll be his second foul of the game. Al Horford. He's checked in for Jeff Teague. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And finished off by Martin. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
And Rubio kicks to Brewer. They get the rebound. Pekovic. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I think his ability to run the pick and roll is practically unrivaled. He sets great screens, hardly ever gets called, for moving his feet for an offensive foul, and then he reads the defender and makes a play from there.
And once he rolls out of the screen, which he does quite well, he's flawless as a finisher if he gets the ball inside. Nikola Pekovic, guys, out of Montenegro, a super physical 6'11" big man. I mean, he is a battering ram offensively. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, can score around the rim, doesn't shy away from contact. And when he gets to the line, he knocks him down pretty well for a big guy. This guy, I tell you what, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league in the next few years. I don't think there's any question about it.
Here's Cool Hands. The shot misses. Good D by Rubio. Timberwolves leading by 17. Into Pekovic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Going back to Pekovic, Clark, offensively, he is a real presence. Defensively, not great, but Steve solid.
Well, he's not explosive. He's physical, but he is a good rebounder, and most importantly, he wants to mix it up down there. He's a presence, and I think that's one of the reasons he's become such a good player in this league.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Screen by Brand. Cool Hands passes to Brand. Into Al Horford. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Good game for Horford. He's got 10 points and a steal. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Well, you've got to love having a guy who can do both those things well.
Here's Brewer. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Brewer's got 17 points here in the second half. Here's Cool Hands. Pass to Cunningham. Beyond the arc. Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Rubio with it. Now defended by Cool Hands. Rubio dishes to Martin. Now the pass to Pekovic. All sorts of time. And again, it's Minnesota.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
Yeah, that's 4 straight trips, guys, where their passes have ended up in scores. 4 straight assists. Great team play.
Here's Cool Hands. Atlanta again missing.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And the basket by Brewer.
Now they've gotten something out of just about every possession, and their defense has been just as good. Masterful performance across the board.
And don't forget, on the road, too.
Horford with the screen on Rubio. Cool Hands passes to Horford. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
That's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
On the wing, Williams, covered by Brand. And Pekovic kicks to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Here's Brewer. Atlanta with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Cunningham dishes it to Millsap. Connects from three-point range. Millsap's got 17 points here in the second half.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
And Pekovic kicks to Rubio. On the wing, Williams. Back to Rubio. Pass to Williams. Timberwolves passing it around from about 19 feet. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He wants his players to step up the pace. He told them they should be looking to get out and run every chance they get. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. It's Martin on the wing. Kicks it out to Love. The feed now to Pekovic. 6 feet out, and that one's good. Pekovic has got 7 points for the quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Cool Hands. Kicks to Horford. The dish to Cunningham. Rejected by Martin. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Clock at 6.
Well, it's obvious the halftime adjustments they made have made an impact. He's been slowed down here tremendously in the second half.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Pekovic. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Pekovic has got 15 points in just the second half. The Hawks trail by 20.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this is by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Johnson, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Cunningham comes in for Kevin Love. Muhammad, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Budinger in for Kevin Martin. Budinger, the pass to Cunningham. He feeds it to Barea. Just his first attempt. Great D that time for Martin. Atlanta's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. They set the pick. 32 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Cool Hands. And it's blocked by Muhammad. Knocked away. He's all alone. Here's Cool Hands. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
Here is Barea. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Ricky, what was working tonight for the team?